But all of that to say, how do we reconcile, Brother Timothy, the desires of the child that may be born out of an insatiable desire to fulfill a God-given gift versus a parent who wants them to go in the total opposite way? How do we reconcile these two perspectives?
Very good question. Very good question. I'm so happy you asked that question. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that if we got rid of fear, it would solve 95% of our problems.
Big number.
That's a huge number.
Mm.
Now, where did the great gymnast come from?
Mm.
They came from the little baby that was swinging on a light.
Right.
That you wouldn't do anything like that because you'd be so afraid to hurt yourself.
Right.
But that little child was too young to know to be afraid.
Right.
And so the lack of fear
Excellent.
opened the door for creativity to be expressed. Now, naturally, my mother was afraid of me being a failure because I didn't complete school. That's what she didn't want.
Right.
But because she was fear-facing forward, she wasn't paying attention to what she was looking at.
Right.
She was only looking at an end result that was the antithesis of her desire.
Right.
As opposed to looking at me to see what was going on with me, then projecting from there what the future could look like.
Right.
So now that's my story. So even with our children, my daughter, who's now, a great artist who taught herself, and she's learning to master Korean at an early age as a baby. She jumped on the paint and she started painting the bathtub. And when my wife saw that, she said, "Oh, that's an artist."
Right.
That's an artist.
Very good.
We didn't get mad. I still have the picture of her at 2-3 years old, painting the tub. We didn't say, "Oh man, why'd you mess up the tub? Why'd you do this? Now let's clean it." No, that's an artist. We are going to fund her in that direction. Now, number one, we have to become more, as parents now, aware of where we're afraid.
Yes.
There's a difference between wisdom or admonition based in wisdom and admonition based in fear. And you have to know the difference, because if you encapsulate fear into guidance, then you're dooming the next generation to repeat the nothingness of the past.
Right.
Well, what's the end result of me staying in that school? Is to become exactly what everybody else for the majority became, which was nothingness.
Right.
But that was more safe to my mother than the possibilities of the unknown of the direction that I was going in. So what we have to do is we have to know this: following your heart will ultimately always lead you to the place that you were born to get to. Absolutely. So if your daughter wanted to check out being an MC, let her check out being an MC. Because make sure, though, that she goes through with it and has the discipline behind it, because whatever she does, eventually she'll carry that knowledge, wisdom, and discipline with her.
Yes.
So for me, I had the discipline of self-training, self-teaching. I could stay up all night for days working at something until I solved it. So with our children, we just have to know what we're looking at. Now, there is a such thing as going in the wrong direction.
Yes.
But that's different from following your heart. And we have to support them to follow their heart with the guidance that we have to provide for them. Because even if he's playing the flute now, next thing you know, he wants to play the guitar, what's wrong with that? He's searching for something.
Right.
Let the children search, but also have something in mind that you want them to do.
Right.
And then on that journey, ultimately, we're going to see and they're going to see what they are born to do. But make sure that your guidance and your admonitions are not cloaking fear, because that's going to take us all into the ditch.